Boom. Now, DSA making a very quick move out to the water. Let's get up here. Alright. What you'll see here is, no matter, they bring the brawl deck. Well, the more brawly deck out of the two. They're going to try to probably get straight in if they can. Stalker in front, Raven over here. The AMEC has not moved yet. We have, and interesting, we have DSA moving out over to B2, which is the upper city over there. Now they're going with the Highlander Jaeger Blackjack Raven. I think in first match, they actually were running at 230 tons as opposed to 235 to run the Cicada instead of the Blackjack. But so yeah, this works. So here we go. Let's go spectate the build really quick while the opening engagement begins. Okay, so we have same sort of Stalker, the ER Large Raven, the Ultra 5 standard engine build, the Centurion, the Dual Gauss, and we have Trial Blackjack, and a old Raven, so that ER Large SRM6 medium laser Raven, kind of brawly. And the old school Meta Lander. Alright. Well, that's enough for now. We can just go get a top view and see what's happening. Now, this engagement, basically they're in Park, what we call the Park. For the new players, when we froze up things, this is Citadel and River City, this is Bridge, this is the Broken Bridge, this is Upper or B2 or Upper City, this is the Dropship, this is called Lower City or Behind Citadel. It's good to know the ship is there, and so we're going to see no matter staying behind the Citadel, using it as a bit of cover. They didn't actually go for the brawl rush, they didn't actually go for the close-in. That's interesting. They don't know the decks as well as a spectator would, but I mean, the Raven has ECM. I'm actually interested to see that there hasn't been much scouting at all. They probably don't want to risk being down a kill, because if you lose a mech, that's 25% of your team gone. Plus, on skirmish and assault, if the timer runs out, the team that's up kills wins. So being up a kill is very important. And I guess that's probably why the lights haven't been playing much in the scouting role. They've just been a poking role. It's gonna be interesting. So we see again a static sort of play. I think DSA is going to be very wary of this. They're going to stay a bit further back and try to anticipate a brawl rush like last time. They don't want to get caught out the same thing twice in a row. So it's going to be pretty static for a while, I think. There's no strikes, of course, so it's just UAV and kill shot as your consumables. You see a bit of rotation here. The down Broken Bridge towards the ship, your Lower City by DSA. And this actually sets up the identical position of last time, albeit that last time was on River City Night Assault. So expect to see some ER large fire from here. We have a couple mechs of ER larges. Ravens 2, this is 2, that's Ultras, and this is no long range. ER large SRM build, and the PVC AC5s and the Dual Gauss. And the Blackjack is close range as well. So it's a pretty similar deck actually, long range lights, long to mid-range assaults, and long to mid-range heavy, while the mediums are full brawlers, are brawling dedicated. Just rotate over, and let's get a different angle on this. If we see what's happening around the Citadel, a bit more detail. Okay. So you see the Jaeger mech peeking up this ramp. This ramp goes up, and you can peek and get a good view down these lanes from that position. It doesn't take a bit of damage. Not that much has been taken. I mean, the Jaeger's at 86%, the lowest on the field at the moment, but it's pretty well fresh. If we see some more damage taken, I'll go spectate to see where it is, because if 14% is taken all on one side torso, that's actually could be a big of a problem. Since it's a dual Gauss Jaeger staring back at it, and these are pinpoint, the 30-point pinpoint on both these two mechs, as opposed to lasers and ultras which spread damage a lot more. So we see the NMNM going up towards the dropship. This is going to open some lanes of fire. The Blackjack was in open there for a little bit. I think they're going to try to cut across the park, so and DSA are responding by moving up into Upper City themselves, onto the B2 Upper City. So the NMNM are up near dropship, and it seems like they actually, staring each other off. You guys are going to be taking a little bit of damage shortying up here, but they're going to be just fine now. Going out wide, they could come in, and I mean, this looks really open, and it is, but if they're staying back in the city, they actually can't fire down that ledge, so I mean, we could see another brawl rush from the meta no matter. And that's actually going to be quite strong, I think. Any risk is if their Jaeger and Highlander get some good shots off, but again, if they move close to take the shots, then they could get rushed relatively quickly. If they stay back, then they can grant them safe passage. So I'm very interested in how this is going to turn out. And of course, PBCs did have a projectile speed nerf, so they're going to be a lot slower than they used to be a few months ago. That's going to change it. Now they're just going to stay in the tunnel. That's interesting. I mean, Vex's eyes over this exit, and the rest of the team has their eyes over this exit here. So, I mean, they've given a map control for the defensive position. I don't know if they're trying to whittle down DSA's patience, maybe. Gotta be careful not to lose your Raven silly way, but they're all still healthy. So we're gonna be a bit more of that poking game. Okay. Well, it looks kind of static. We might see the heavies and salts move out this way and maybe try a long flank around or something. I don't know what we're going to see. Going to be static. DSA does not want to lose. I think they're actually probably less likely to push than no matter. If we're going to see a push, I reckon it's going to be red team. So in the meantime, then, let's look at the damage. Okay, where are you hurt? Oh, left torso is one shot. Well, it's a light mech with a crit XL engine, so I can see why he's careful. And that's probably Gauss or I reckon that'd be Gauss rifles that hit him. Fresh, aggressive but fresh. I mean, he's got eyes on them. He can sit at the front there. Even he has seismic, he'll know exactly where they are. The Blackjack's completely fresh. So is the Jaeger. Centurion's fresh. So I mean, there's really only mech on the field that's taking any damage. A bit of light damage on that Jaeger is this Raven here. He's the only one that's been hurt. And we actually see a pretty cool look. Mech's walking out. Oh, and they're pushing out into a not such a firing line, but in fire anyway. So let's get the video and watch the rest of the engagement here. Okay. Highlander and Jaeger basically covering that exit. I mean, red teams kind of put themselves into the situation. Can't really push either way without taking damage. If they'd gone straight around immediately, they would have had a better chance. Having decisive victory. But I think might be very cautious. Highlanders moved down into Park. Gone down to Park here. If they push out here, the Highlanders slow. The Jaeger's relatively slow. But the Stalker is a couple kilometers now faster than the Highlander, but not by much. It's pretty close. They could catch up. I mean, the rush distance here is about 300 meters. You can maybe 350 to 400 from that exit to all the way to behind this bridge here. So it is able to be rushed. Oh, here comes Turians come out, the Jaegers come out, the Ravens come out, the Stalker is moving. Here we go. Do we have some sort of push happening? And DSA closing in themselves. They're going across the bridge. Here's the Highlander going across the bridge. Okay, let's get to some spectating here. I want to see what this Highlander is seeing. I think is Samurai. It's not. I got the wrong team. There he is with the paddocks. Alright. Stalker's right there, gets a good shot off, that's 30 damage right to the side torso there. Stalkers can take 66 roughly in the front, displaying arm distribution, but we're about to start a bit of a fight here. Okay, it's very difficult to hit lights with this ping and these projectile speeds. Also, the high sensitivity does no favors. Center torso on this Centurion is actually going to get a bit messed up. Oh, and he's down! Good shooting! Stalker, Max Khan just completely fresh though. Are they gonna... There's 2 down. That Jill Gauss is doing some serious work. That right torso on the Jaeger-Mech, Ultra Jaeger getting focused down. He's running standard, but he's gonna lose a lot of his firepower. No matter milling around a bit too much here. They're not really focused on the push. They didn't push right in, and it's gonna probably cost them the match. Oh, they've come back with one. Perwasabi's down. I mean, this Highlander is getting shots off. He's, you know, each AC5 does 3 DPS. So he's got 6 DPS. He's just giving that out, and he's going to be fresh right to the end of the match. Dark Star Alliance will take this. And overriding for the last shot, and he's down. Well, there you have it. Dark Star Alliance take the win. Series 2-1. So, there you go. And see the Highlander left unchecked, 562 damage and a 4v4. The